What up guys, it's Salvajee from the Salvajee Cartel. So today I'm bringing you guys just a thought-provoking Salvajee Speaks with no points of powers whatsoever. I'm just going to be sharing my perspective and some of my random ideas with you guys in the fucking internet. Okay, so like I said, no points of power in the Salvajee Speaks, just straight up thoughts. And a thought that has been on my mind recently, it's Buddhism. And my years of studying Buddhism and being a Buddhist myself. I remember when I was a Buddhist, and when I would look at the world from a Buddhist perspective, what I learned from my Buddhist studies is that it's all about peace, and it's all about positive energy. It's all about happiness. It's all about making other people happy, and adding value into the life of others. That it's true, right? But at the same time, it's also about attachment, right? Like it's also about not being attached to things, because attachment is bad and blah 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 blah. In Buddhism, there's a lot of talk about attachment, but one time I asked my Buddhist teacher, what if Buddhism are attached to the idea of enlightenment? Because that's also another thing about Buddhism. It's also about enlightenment, right? It's also about reaching enlightenment, because how we are right now as humans is just like a bad thing, right? Like, we're not enlightened beings, we're unenlightened beings, and blah 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 blah. So anyway, yeah, one time I asked my Buddhist teacher, what if I am attached to the idea of enlightenment? Isn't that bad? I don't remember his answer, but he told me something along the lines of, it's not bad, but at the same time it could be bad. It's all about being patient and just going with the process of things. And I don't know, that's just something that has always stayed in my mind. Buddhists talk about not being attached, and you shouldn't be attached to specific things or ideas, but at the same time, Buddhists themselves are attached to the idea of peace. They are attached to the idea of positive energy only, and maybe that is just blinding them from negative energy. I have also talked about balance and the yin and the yang in the past, and what if we are just perfect humans as we are right now? A lot of people don't want to feel sad, a lot of people don't want to get angry, a lot of people just deny all of these negative feelings, or they're trying to quote unquote master themselves. But what if this is how we're meant to be? Every single night when I go to sleep, I thank God that I have life, right? Because there's somebody right now, as you guys are listening to this video, that is dying. And that person is probably wishing right now, oh my God, I wish I could be happy with my with my family again, right? Or I wish I could get my heart broken again, because if I would get my heart broken again, that would mean that that I'm alive and that I'm feeling feelings. I'm gonna die and I'm not gonna feel ever again. That's also another reason why I think people are afraid of death, right? People are afraid of death because after they die, they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if they're going to feel. Also, they're afraid of death because of humans, I guess you could say, fear of the unknown, which a lot of people have. A lot of people have fear of the unknown. Well, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is also going to be an unedited Salvajee Speaks. I'm not going to try to make the Salvajee Speaks perfect. In fact, I want the Salvajee Speaks to be imperfect. And I want all of you guys listening to this video to not understand anything that I'm talking about in the Salvajee Speaks, because another perspective that I want to share in the Salvajee Speaks, sometimes it's about not understanding things. Sometimes it's about, you don't have to get everything. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to understand why you are a specific way and stuff like that. You don't have to master yourself, maybe. World peace, it's like a topic for a lot of spiritual people, right? And they're always saying, it's all about world peace, positive energy, all of that stuff, but we look at negative energy and anger and sadness and all of and hatred and all these negative energies, right? And we also think they're like bad energies. But what if they're not? Right? Like, what if we want world peace and we can't get world peace because we already have world peace? What if this is world peace, but we just don't consider it world peace because we don't want to accept that negative energy is like a part of us? It's all about positive energy for me, and it's all about impacting others and adding value to the life of others and all of that stuff. And I don't like doing wrong by people. I don't want to hurt people's feelings or any of that stuff, right? But at the same time, what if that's just how humanity is? Like, what if our feelings were to get hurt? Something that I always say from time to time is that you know, pain is good, right? Like, you know, my parents, when I was little, they exposed me to pain, right? For example, if I wanted to play, you know, let's say, you know, my parents, they were like, you want to go out and, you know, play with the kids in the neighborhood? Okay, just go out and play with the kids in the neighborhood, right? Like, they were, you know, they didn't have in mind, oh shit, what if he falls and breaks his fucking head? You know what I mean? They were like, oh, you know what? You want to go play? Go play. You know what I mean? They didn't like kept me like locked in my house because they didn't want me to get hurt playing baseball or anything. Anyways, I remember one time when I was little, I was playing in a sofa. No, actually, this is a better story. I was at my mom's job, and I was in a spinning chair, one of those chairs that we all have nowadays, a computer chair that spins around. I was in one of those thingies, and my mom told me, yo, if you keep spinning the chair like that, you're going to fall and you're going to hit your head, and it's going to hurt. Alright? And then I just kept spinning. I didn't listen to her. And then she said, hey, listen, when you fall, alright, and get hurt, you better not fucking cry. And guess what happened? I fell, and it hurt like a bitch, but I didn't cry because my mom didn't raise no pussy, alright? No, but for real though, right? I just experienced pain. Like, my parents were like, you know what? This dude's going to fall, he's gonna hurt his head, but I'm just gonna let him. You know what I mean? Because sometimes pain is a very good teacher. I really do feel like that. Like, it is thanks to pain that I was able to become a very smart person, right? I guess you could say, like, I know how it is to, like, be broke as fuck. So, thanks to that pain of knowing how it is to be broke as fuck, that's why I want to be rich as fuck. That's also a perspective to share. Anyways, what if we already have world peace? Let me just get back to that. Like, what if negative and positive energy is just a thing? Let's say that we as humans are machines, okay? And we have, you know, let's say that you have reached enlightenment and you're a being, and, you know, it's all about positive energy for you, right? But even though it's all about positive energy, you just eliminated, like, you know, you eliminated fucking 50% of yourself, right? If you're only working with positive energy, that means that you are half human, because you're not experiencing these negative energies. You know, a lot of in the entrepreneurial world, it's all about controlling yourself, and it's all about turning obstacles into opportunities. But what if we don't have to turn obstacles into opportunities? What if, like, obstacles are good? Like, instead of turning an obstacle into an opportunity, why don't we just accept it as an obstacle and be happy that we have an obstacle? I don't know if I used this example already, but there's somebody out there that's dying right now, and they're wishing, wow, I really wish I could feel again. Right? But they can't feel because they're gonna die. Like, they're never going to know. I did use this example, I think, but, you know, they're never going to feel a heartbreak or any of that stuff. Like, what if we were meant to experience heartbreak? Like, what if we are meant to work with not only our positive energy, but also our negative energy? Right? If you stop hating on people, if you stop, you know, like, feeling, you know, bad for people, like, what I'm trying to say is, maybe, you know, having negative emotions towards other people, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's supposed to be that way, and we're just rejecting our true nature. I feel like a lot of humans do that. I mean, me, myself included. Sometimes we reject our true nature. I don't know. Most people are just not honest with themselves. But anyways, yeah, the perspective that I just wanted to share, I guess, in this video is, you know, there's a lot of talk about positive energy and all that stuff, but, you know, what if it's not all about positive energy? What if it's also about negative energy? That's why I consider myself a paradoxical anomaly, because, you know, even though I'm all about peace and all that stuff, if I don't like someone, I could just say, fuck that bitch. You know, fuck that guy. You know what I mean? Also, like, in the world nowadays, we have all of this, like, division and all that stuff. I saw this lady say that we are taught to hate, and hate is just like a poison that has been going on, right? And hate is just something that keeps on continuing. In a way, America is the land of free speech, but not really, because if you express yourself freely, you can get bullied because people don't agree with you. If you call somebody fat, Next thing you know, you're a fucking hater and you hate fat people and you're like a bad person. But what if you're not a bad person? I mean, all you did was just be honest. I don't know, this is like I said, this is a very thought-provoking Salvajee Speaks, just like a long one, just, you know, me sharing some of my thoughts. I feel like Buddhists are like attached to all of this positive energy, but at the same time they just ignore, you know, all of this negative energy. Like, if you're a human and you only want to operate with positive energy, and you don't want to feel sad, you don't want to cry, you don't want to hate on others, you don't want to feel hatred, you don't want to feel negative towards other people, you're missing 50% of the human experience that God gifted to us, or whoever, you know, fucking gifted it to us. So yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. But anyways, back to the whole hate thingy. Like, what if just hate is just something that just exists in the world, and it's something that it's okay that it exists in the world. I mean, it can hurt people's feelings, but maybe that's how the way that, you know, that's just the way things are, right? Now let's talk about the yin and the yang, right? Because, you know, the yin and the yang, without the yin there can't be the yang, and without the yang there isn't the yin. Like, without positive energy there is a negative energy, and without negative energy there can't be positive energy. But positive energy also has a glimpse of negative energy, while negative energy also has a glimpse of positive energy, right? So what does that mean? One can't live without the other, but at the same time, you know, one already has a little bit of the other. I don't know, I've always just thought that was very, you know, thought-provoking and weird. I asked myself, why is it that positive energy has a little bit of negative energy? And you know, just, you know, another thought that I just want to say is, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about doing good, right? And it's all about adding value into the life of others, and all that stuff. I feel like from everything that I have said, if there was to be a point of power, is the point of power is to just accept things as they are. Because when you accept the reality, when you accept how life is with positive and negative energy, I guess you could say you have kind of, in a way, mastered life. But have you really mastered life? Because the more I give thought to these thoughts that I share with you guys, the more I realize how lost I am and how I don't know anything about anything. Because do we really know everything about like, we don't know shit. Like, there's just so much knowledge out there. There's so much knowledge in the world, and we just don't know everything. We don't know it all, and you know, it's okay to not know it all. Fucking what's this thing called? Philosophy dude, whatever. One of those Aristotle motherfuckers, right? He said, I know everything because I know I don't know nothing. And that has always stuck with me, right? Like, that always makes sense. Like, I really don't know anything, but at the same time I kind of know a couple of things. So again, you know, life is, it's all about balance, you know what I mean? It's all about, you know, sometimes it's good to hate, you know, it's good, you know, to listen to your negative voice. It's good to, you know, to feel sadness and all that stuff. But at the same time, mostly it's all about helping others, right? It's also about adding value to others. It's also about, you know, making other people happy and stuff like that. That's I believe that. I believe that's what it's mostly about. But, you know, maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's just about you being you, doing you, and living life from your perspective of things. And that's why I always tell you guys to do you and just be you. Like, you can't really live life from other people's reality. You can't let other people's reality cloud your reality. You have to do whatever it is that you want to do without worrying about what others. You can't really think what others, you can't really do what others think of you or all that stuff. Because if you do what others think of you, you're not living your life. You're living their life. You're living the life they want you to live. So what are you going to do, guys? Are you going to live the life other people want you to live, or are you going to live the life that you want to live? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this thought-provoking Salvajee Speaks. No points of power, I guess you could say, but I just wanted to speak my mind. I would appreciate it if you guys would take 2 seconds out of your day to also let me know some of your perspectives when it comes down to these topics. See you guys on the next Salvajee Speaks, and of course the playlist for Salvajee Speaks and all that stuff. It's going to be on you know, on the right side of the screen, and you guys can subscribe and do all that other stuff. Peace out.